Wow, Liverpool, man, in prime Liverpool fashion, they get it done today. 4-2 for the Premier League opener today. The champions from last season, who are obviously going to kick off the football for us as they go and win at Anfield. They were up 2 goals. Bournemouth comes back, and then they score 2 goals at the end. It had a very Anfield vibe, this game. Really nice to see the tributes to Jota in this one specifically. Like, just from my couch, I could really feel the atmosphere through the TV, and it was also nice to see Ekitike showing some respect to Jota. I believe Gakpo as well. It was just awesome to see, to be honest. All the respect, and rest in peace to Jota as well. But let's break this game down. I think Liverpool fans, the main talking point should be, look, 3 points, but most importantly, bro, this striker you guys bought, wow. If you guys don't know at this point, if you haven't listened to me talk on the channel, I play striker, and I still play. I mean, just when you play the game and you really, like, if you're watching at home and you play fullback, you play center back, you run the 6, you're playing the 9, you play 10. When you watch someone in the position you play be really good, you just kind of, you show that appreciation. Like, I'm watching Ekitike and I'm like, dude, this dude is nuts. All right. And let's explain why. Composure. Okay. Link up play. Pace. 6'4" with that technical ability. Who does that remind you of? A GOAT who just stopped playing football. Okay. Extremely athletic. For me, the number one that he seems to have is football IQ, which as a striker is a rarity these days. We watch a lot of these strikers run around like headless chickens, don't know how to link up the play, don't know timing, don't know positioning. You were getting runs out of him today. There was one run he made that was really good for a header, and he maybe should have left it for Salah, but he just missed the header. It was still on. The extra hustle play where he makes the run off of McAllister, dribbles one, and just keeps chasing the ball. You watch his goal go in. First Premier League goal for him. I think 15th player for Liverpool to debut and score a Premier League goal. Darwin, I think, was one of them as well. But I love Darwin. He just offers you so much more than Darwin. You even look at the 49th minute with the Gakpo goal, which was phenomenal from Cody Gakpo. You gotta go on Twitter the whole first half and be like, man, Liverpool need to sign another player. Gakpo's not doing it. I'm like, what are these guys talking about? All right, Gakpo is a stud as well. The guy plays a 1-2 with Ekitike. Ekitike's timing is flawless with the hold-up. Honestly, I think Bournemouth, defensively, the team is going to be fine this season. They're not going to get relegated, but they got to figure out the defensive problems. They sell Dean Huijsen, Kirkes, they obviously sell to Liverpool, and more. You can see it. You can see it. Sensei was the worst player on the pitch tonight. And, while I respect Ekitike's hold-up play with his assist to Gakpo, where Gakpo just, man, fake shot, goal, exquisite finish from Gakpo. I look at Ekitike with the hold-up. Yeah, it's his ability, but Bournemouth's got to make it more tough on him. I mean, that was way too easy. It's like back to goal, and he just it's a very light hold-up, and it was great from Ekitike. It's no slight at him. Bournemouth's got to work on their defensive ability, especially in plays like that. They can't make it that easy. It just looked like a training routine at that point. But beautiful goal from Liverpool for that one. Ekitike's first goal. It's nice to see the composure. He just completely sends the keeper the other way, passes it in the net, and you're watching Ekitike do all the right stuff. Multiple flicks in this game as well. We're talking Cruyff flicks, Cruyff turns, backheel flicks from Ekitike, linking up the play. I tell you, I think Liverpool really have potentially made the signing of the year in the league. We will see what happens with everybody else, but he looks to be exquisite in that position. Like, he plays his position so well. So I want to start off the video just kind of really appreciating Ekitike, and I think Liverpool fans, you can be real with yourselves and understand that, yeah, you're probably going to have a defensive problem this year. But this is what I said in my prediction. I think the Premier League, I'm not going to pick against Liverpool. I think it will come down to the last week. And I think they are going to concede a lot more goals this season because I think this Liverpool side is completely different. Today, I don't even think they were that good on the attack and they got 4 goals. I mean, Bournemouth, yes, they've lost defenders. Salah had a horrible game until the last 5 minutes. I tweeted this out. This was the prime Salah game. You watch Salah on the pitch. You don't even know how the guy made the Liverpool first team for 70 minutes. Then you watch him make like a really nice 25-yard first-time pass that you don't even know how he saw it. And you're like, okay, let him cook, right? Then in the 90th minute, he doesn't get the assist, but he serves in the cross that ends up just being a dangerous enough cross to get a rebound where Chiesa, we'll talk about it in a minute, finishes it. And then in the 90th minute, 94th minute, the dude runs. But before that, Alisson plays him a 90-yard pass. Touch is good. Doesn't do anything. Like, misses the croqueta. You're like, okay, this guy's still in preseason mode. Just kind of blows a really nice chance. And then he does a 30-meter sprint past 4 players, takes on the guy, cuts inside and finishes it. And it was a beautiful finish. And you're like, this is a prime Salah game. This is why Salah is so great, because he can have that moment or two in the game where after he stunk it up, he doesn't care. He just will lock in and be good for that moment. And look, he scores a goal again on his Liverpool debut for the season. Um, Man, Salah is just so inevitable. He's so inevitable. And, so look, I think Salah looks really poor right now, but I think he will find his way. And this is why you just play Salah, bro, because, he's gonna get you results, and he's gonna get you goals, and he's gonna get you assists. He's just gonna be in the blender giving you that jam. So respect to Salah. He gets his goal. Let's talk about just other things. Florian Wirtz tonight, absolutely horrible for his standards. Now, was he still better than a lot of players in that position? Yeah. But, we're talking 150 million fee. For what I've seen from Florian Wirtz, maybe it was, early nerves. You can see it with him. There was moments in the game where you watch his technique, and look, you can watch the game and just know he's a special player. But for his own standards, for linking the play, he was horrible. He was probably not the worst player on the pitch tonight, but up there with Sensei from Bournemouth, who just had a shocking game. He was not good. And I love Florian Wirtz, and I've defended him. And look, you look at what was the Liverpool game we just watched? He played really well in the final on the weekend, the Community Shield versus Palace, but not his game. So what are some other reactions? I want to give some credit to Semenyo on Bournemouth. I tweeted that out about Semenyo. I mean, this dude is a unit, bro. He's a unit. And guys, it's not very often these days in modern football, the systems that we watch, the discipline that teams play. Semenyo goes on a 70-yard counter run versus Konate, versus VVD. They try to push him one way. He just does his thing. He's got runners on his team that are following it up. They create the space. He sent everybody, including Allison, and just tucks it in. It was such a nice goal. The goal in the 76th minute. The other goal in the 64th minute, equally nice for Semenyo. He's a problem. He's a problem. I could tell all game when you're watching him against Kirkez, and he's bodying everybody. He's a strong guy. He's fit. His technique is really good. I thought in terms of Bournemouth's game, I thought Tavernier had a chance to score today that he missed. Evan Nilsson for Bournemouth, not his best game, but you could tell technically he's there. And then Brooks was good too. So I think Bournemouth will be fine this season. They're just going to have to figure out the defensive game. And look, they were close. This is the problem with Liverpool. Liverpool, a lot of teams will get close to, and they just can't do the whole 90 with them. And, Semenyo, look, they did the hard job of going in Anfield, coming back from down 2-0. They tie it at 2-2. And, Liverpool just do the Liverpool at the end with that extra momentum. They use the home crowd, and they go crazy. I do think in this game, objectively, if you watch the game, Bournemouth was also very lucky. And this is another Sensei mistake where, the dude clearly handballed it. And I guess VAR said that it was not a for sure goal-scoring opportunity. It was just possible. So that's why it wasn't a red card. The guy twice, stuck his hand out, got the ball on the breakaway with his hand, and they didn't call it. So that should have been a red card in the 15th minute. As the viewer who's neutral here, good thing that didn't happen, because I just wanted to watch the football game, and I felt like in Anfield, they go a man down that quickly. This is GG's. Bournemouth's just going to park it, and it's going to be a boring game unless Liverpool can open up the scoring. So, look, we got a football match of cinema. This was an amazing game. Welcome back to the Premier League. And I want to give a massive shout out to Chiesa, man. I'm really happy for this guy. He had a serious injury. We love Chiesa. Chiesa has watched actually my streams before. He's a really nice dude, bro. He's a gamer. He's one of us. The guy is a footballer, man. He's so good. So I hope that Chiesa can start to build some form. It was rumored that he was going to leave the club. He wanted to stay there. He never really got in this flow at Liverpool yet. Maybe he's a versatile piece that, look, Liverpool is still looking for that other attacker. Maybe he's going to come out to be the one for them. That's what we're hearing. Isak wants to go there. Now it's like you got this whole other problem, because I'll tell you this, Ekitike looks almost world-class at this point. I mean, we have to start wondering, is this guy going to be starting for the France national team soon? Because if we know Mbappe likes to play out wide, you think about that France team, Dembele, Mbappe, Ekitike, Olise, bro, what a team. But listen, real talk, because they sell Diaz, who's, a very important player to Liverpool. Darwin is gone. And, now there's these rumblings that, do they need to get another attacker? So maybe Chiesa, that was a serious finish, guys. That was a serious finish that Chiesa had to send them 3-2 up. It was not an easy finish. A lot of quality there, and people forget Chiesa's a goal scorer, man. This guy can get you goals. He's a really attacking attacker. Some attackers aren't like that. They're more providers. They're more calma, composure guys. He's a real He likes to go to goal and score. So, look, this is a guy that was leading the Italy national team to a Euro just a little while ago. I mean, he's a winner. He knows how to win. So I would love to see Chiesa get in some form. That was his first Premier League goal, and it was a hell of a finish, man. So shout out to him. And then obviously Salah does the inevitable. So final stats: 61% possession for Liverpool. Bournemouth 39, 2.15 to 163 xG. 20 shots to Liverpool, 10 to Bournemouth. I think Bournemouth will be fine. That's why I predict them in 14th. They will be somewhere in that 12 to 15 range, I think, this season. Wirtz got to play better. McAllister, get this guy fit. I love the way McAllister plays football. I still think Szoboszlai really needs to take it up a level, and I think as much as Liverpool fans do really like him, and I think he does have the potential to be a little better, maybe not that much better than he is, it's going to be a problem for Liverpool to go with this lineup this season. I'm assuming once Gravenberch gets back from suspension, he will be the guy. You know, the way this lineup, you know, I think a lot of people are looking at Liverpool and being like, man, this is just too attacking. You can't play McAllister and Szoboszlai and then those fullbacks and this attacking style. But you kind of can. You look at this game through the first 60 minutes. What really changed is when Slot took off Frimpong and Kirkes. Guys, that's, I mean, whether you want to hear that or not, because I know it's, you know, Frimpong, the critique on him is that he just attacks too much. I'm watching the game, the same game you guys are watching. This dude is fast as hell. This guy overlaps on Salah's side. This guy will go, you know, tuck inside almost as like an inverted wing back or winger. He runs back in 1 second. Like, he's never even out of position. So he is like a dream of a player. I think he was great tonight for a debut. Kirkes, you know, more of that physical brute force left back. You got Robertson still at the club, so you got that versatility, that depth in that spot. I think he was fine. It really changed, though, the game when they brought those two out. I felt like, and for those two, they brought in Robbo and they brought in Joe Gomez, and that's kind of when I felt like they lost a little control in this game. McAllister, you got to get him back to the point where you can play him 90 minutes, and then Gravenberch will be coming back from suspension. But realistically, for Liverpool fans, I mean, let's just talk about 2 more points as we end this video, okay? 2 things, okay? You just won 4-2 on the Prem opener, okay? Who had a good game in your attack? Gakpo and Ekitike, right? I thought Salah, overall, in the end, it will be considered a good game. If we all watch Salah over the years, yes, maybe this is a prime Salah game for what he does. He doesn't play well, and then he plays well for 10 minutes. You all know he can play much better than he played tonight. He still looks a little rusty, like he's in preseason mode, summer mode. It's okay. It's the first game. Wirtz was terrible for his standards. What do we make of this? Guys, Salah is a player that has broke Premier League records, man. Okay? He's not going to be this bad all the time. Okay? Wirtz. I'm telling you right now, Wirtz is not going to be a bust this season. We saw him last Sunday. Look, maybe it's going to take some time for him to build consistency. It looks like his understanding of the players around him, the wavelength is just a little off. He's struggling to connect the passes, and he's getting used to the timing because, look, you watch this game, it's a fast pace, man. The Premier League is really fast. It's not that it's as technical or as nice aesthetically and touch as the La Liga. It's fast, man. These guys are just out there running shoulder to shoulder. It's going to take him a little time. You can see it with him. You can see it. So what does all this mean when they get these guys all on form? Look, Ekitike looks like he's going to be the guy that's just going to play well every game. I'm serious. And Gakpo, for me, is consistent enough. I feel like it's been a while since I watched Gakpo play a bad game. He looks honored as well. This team is going to be insane. This team is going to score so many goals. Wait till Frimpong gets used to these guys. You get Gravenberch back so that, look, what Gravenberch offers you is a bit more of that deep-lying holding guy so that if Frimpong does want to go, right now the problem is they're going out there with McAllister and Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai, you know, yeah, so both of these guys, McAllister is definitely a little bit more reserved than Szoboszlai. I think Liverpool, you know, I know that the narrative tonight is going to be, oh, these guys can't defend, okay? It wasn't their best defensive game, but I thought through the first 60 with the starters they had, they were great. Once you get Gravenberch into that side, it's going to look nice. It's going to look really nice. And look, again, I don't think Wirtz or Salah is going to play this bad throughout the season. So if you just get this baseline a little worse, but around this level from Ekitike and Gakpo, dude, this attack is going to be mwah. I'm telling you. So listen up. Listen up to that. Semenyo baller. He gets the highest match rating from FootMob. Absolute baller, guys. Last point here. Liverpool fans. You know, Isak wants to go to your club. Do you even want Isak now? Because, look, it's the weirdest thing to say out loud. Because how could you not want Isak? How could you not want a talent like that? Is it too much? You know, what are you going to do then? Because you got to kind of change the system. Because I know people will be like, okay, put Ekitike or put Isak out wide. But I still think Gakpo in that specific spot is going to be your better bet. So then you got this weird one where, like, how are you going to reward Ekitike with how he's played so far with bringing in Isak, right? Because you're not going to bring in Isak to put Isak on the bench. Isak is going to start. So I just don't think you should do it, because I think with this Ekitike guy, you got something special. Unless we're seeing one of the most fraudulent first 2 games, he's looked sensational. I mean, sensational. We're talking like very close to world-class level. And I know, because the standards for the 9 position has dropped these days, and I know I'm already calling Ekitike close to world-class, but I tell you, bro, he's doing everything the right way. I think you just call off this Isak, don't pay the money, and you roll with these guys. If you want to bring in one more wide player, it makes sense. I just think that, look, you got yourself a team that's definitely good enough to win the league. I wouldn't want to bring in any drama like that, especially with how Ekitike has looked in the first couple of games in that Liverpool shirt. So let me know what you guys think, man. I thought this game was absolutely sensational tonight. Cinema, the Premier League is back. We'll have some reactions going up over the weekend, guys. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you then. Peace.